The Jungle Book. This is the story of a young boy named Mowgli who lived in a thick jungle in India. He was first seen by Bagheera, the panther. One day, Bagheera saw a small kid in a basket that was floating on a stream or river.
What is this? A man cub? He will become a prey if he is left there.
Bagheera took the basket to a pack of wolves and approached Sita and Ram. Sita had just given birth to 3 pups.
I found this man cub in the jungle. Sita, would you please take care of this cub?
Sita decided to raise the man cub as her own and named him Mowgli. Years passed by and Mowgli turned 10 and the jungle had become his home.
Mowgli, call your brothers and tell them father is calling.
Ram, the leader of the pack, was strong, mighty and powerful. As he sat on the highest mountain, all the other wolves gathered around him. Mowgli sat with Bagheera on a branch and listened.
Shere Khan is returning to the jungle and he will soon hear about Mowgli.
Mowgli wondered who Shere Khan could be. That's when Bagheera told him about the ferocious tiger who hated mankind. A man had once burned Shere Khan with fire. Ever since, he was waiting for revenge.
He will not spare Mowgli's life for anything.
We must stay in the pack and defeat him and protect our own.
But the wolves were not ready to face Shere Khan to protect the man cub. They asked that Mowgli leave the jungle to keep himself and the pack safe.
I know a man village near the jungle. I will leave Mowgli there.
Everyone immediately agreed except Sita, who was forced to agree with a heavy heart. The next day, before the break of dawn, Bagheera reached the cave to take Mowgli.
Mowgli, let's go or else we will not reach the man village before time.
I'm not coming anywhere. This jungle is my home and I will not leave it.
It's for your own good, Mowgli.
Bagheera pulled Mowgli away and forced him along. After a long day's hike, they stopped in the midst of the jungle as the night fell upon them.
Mowgli, let's sleep on this tree and continue in the morning.
Mowgli was upset and slept on a soft branch far away from Bagheera. But Mowgli soon discovered that it was not a soft branch, but the soft body of a snake.
Oh boy, who are you?
I am Mowgli.
Oh, how lovely. Where are you headed? Look into my eyes.
Mowgli looked and began to forget the world around him. Kaa was trapping him with her stare. Suddenly, Bagheera hit Kaa with his paw just in time. Mowgli woke up from the trance and pushed Kaa away. Kaa fell from the tree to the ground.
Thanks, kid.
You too, Bagheera. Thank you.
They walked in search of a better place to rest. The next day, Bagheera woke up to someone singing aloud.
What is going on?
He looked around and saw Mowgli singing and dancing with Baloo, the bear.
Oh, Baloo, you have the best way for life.
Oh, kid, you're not bad. Come with me.
Yay, Bagheera, did you hear that? I can stay with Baloo.
Yeah, sure.
No, Mowgli. You have to reach the man village before Shere Khan reaches the jungle.
The next day, as Baloo and Mowgli played in the water, a group of monkeys nearby formed a chain and grabbed Mowgli up by the feet.
Put me down! Put me down!
Who are they?
The gorilla and the monkey troop. Bagheera, I will distract them. You take Mowgli away.
Mowgli, hop fast on my back. I will take you away from here.
Meanwhile, Shere Khan had reached the jungle.
Did you know he had to run away from the jungle?
Yes, I remember the incident.
Hey guys, did you hear about the man cub?
Shh! Do not talk about the man cub. Shere Khan will hear you.
Man cub? Where?
He's heading to the man village with the panther.
Shere Khan knew he had finally found his way to revenge. He was going to kill the man cub. The next day, in the midst of the jungle,
Bagheera, what is fire?
It is the hottest thing on earth, which eats whatever it touches. Man knows how to make fire, and Shere Khan's only fear is fire.
Baloo soon joined the two, and Mowgli was happy to see him.
Does the kid really have to go? I'm kind of fond of him now.
Do you not know that Shere Khan has returned?
Shere Khan. But what will he do to Mowgli?
Don't you remember? Shere Khan burnt all his fur because of the fire set by the humans, and had to leave the jungle to save his pride.
Oh yes, now I remember. Mowgli, it's best if you left the jungle.
But Baloo, I thought you were my friend and would stand by me.
Mowgli was angry. He ran away from them and hid in a cave. Unfortunately, the cave belonged to Shere Khan.
Finally, we meet.
I'm not afraid of you. I will beat you, Shere Khan.
Mowgli had never seen Shere Khan, but he knew this was him.
You know who I am?
I know everything, and I also know why you want to kill me.
Very well then. You saved my time. It's time for my revenge.
Shere Khan began to chase Mowgli towards a volcanic mountain. Soon they reached the top of the mountain, and Shere Khan blocked Mowgli's path.
Bagheera, I saw Shere Khan chasing Mowgli to the volcanic mountain.
Bagheera and Baloo rushed to the spot. Baloo started throwing stones at Shere Khan. Bagheera crawled through the grass to reach Mowgli without Shere Khan noticing.
You fools. Do you think that you're smarter than me?
Shere Khan hurt Baloo with a swipe of his claws, and Baloo fell to the ground. Shere Khan then pounced in front of Bagheera with a roar. He warned Bagheera to step back.
Mowgli, run! Save yourself!
No! Bagheera! Baloo! I will not leave you!
Suddenly, the earth shook and split open. The volcano was erupting. The grass around caught fire and spread rapidly.
Is this fire?
Mowgli, run!
Shere Khan froze as he witnessed the fire around him. How could he forget the way the fire had burnt his fur? Mowgli picked up the branch that had caught fire. He then walked toward Shere Khan.
Mowgli, come back. What are you doing?
Hey, Shere Khan! Come! Attack me now!
Shere Khan ran towards Mowgli with all his strength and pounced. Mowgli swatted Shere Khan with the burning branch.
No, not again.
Mowgli waved the branch from side to side in front of Shere Khan, and Shere Khan stepped back until he fell into the volcano.
Mowgli, are you alright? You are brave like a man, kid.
Let's get out of here.
They reached the riverside and washed the ash off their bodies.
Bagheera, now I need not go to the man village, right? I can go back to my family.
Yes, Mowgli. We can live with your family now.
Hey, you little cub, you're not going anywhere. You'll be with me.
As they celebrated the defeat of Shere Khan, they heard someone walking near the river.
Who is that?
Oh, look. We have reached the man village.
Mowgli saw a girl fetching water from the river. He watched her in awe. Mowgli stood still. He had never seen a girl before. He swam across the river to her. The girl stepped back in fright, but was curious to know who the boy was.
Mowgli.
Hey, Mowgli!
It is best for the boy if he stays with his own kind.
He waved at Baloo and Bagheera, and then followed the girl into the man village. He lived the rest of his life happily with his kind.
Peter Pan. Once upon a time in London, there lived a lovely family, Mr. and Mrs. Darling and their 3 children who they loved dearly, Wendy, John and Michael. One day, Mr. and Mrs. Darling had to attend a dinner party.
Wendy, take care of your brothers. Make sure they sleep on time. We'll be back home soon, honey. Take care.
Don't worry, Mother. Have a great time. Bye.
Wendy and her brothers had dinner, and she tucked them into their beds. She then sat down to read a book. Suddenly, she noticed a shadow on the wall. It immediately disappeared into a table drawer.
What was that? A shadow? Strange.
She heard the rumbling of the tree leaves. She looked outside at the trees and saw a boy flying in the sky.
Wow, is that a boy flying? How can this be happening?
Wendy decided the only way to know was to talk to the boy, so she called out to him.
Hello there, who are you?
Me? I'm Peter Pan. Who are you?
I'm Wendy. How can you fly like that? And what are you doing here so late?
Well, I can fly, thanks to the pixie dust of a fairy called Tinkerbell.
Pixie dust? A fairy? Are fairies real?
Of course they are. I've been looking for my shadow. Have you seen it anywhere?
Oh, so that shadow belongs to you. Yes, I've seen it. It's in my room.
Well, it's not sticking back on me, so I'm wondering what to do.
I have an idea. Come on in.
Peter Pan flew into the room and Wendy opened the drawer. Out came the shadow. Wendy ran to get a needle and thread. Peter held the shadow to his shoe while Wendy sewed it to the shoe.
Phew! Thank you, Wendy. Now my shadow isn't going.
Wendy was curious to know more about Peter. As they spoke, Peter told her all about where he came from, the magical place called Neverland, filled with fairies, pirates, and lost children. When Wendy heard this, she knew she wanted to go to Neverland.
Can you take me to Neverland?
Yes, why not?
Can John and Michael come along?
The more the merrier.
Before Peter could say a word, Wendy ran to wake up John and Michael. She told them they were going on a magical trip and brought them to Peter. Peter sprinkled pixie dust on everyone and they flew into the sky to Neverland.
Follow me. We should hide in the hollow trees before the pirates see us.
Wendy, John and Michael followed Peter with their faces filled with wonder.
Time to meet the lost children of Neverland.
Hello everyone, I'm Wendy and they're my brothers, John and Michael.
Are you lost too?
No, Peter brought us here. We live in London.
Do you have parents?
Yes, we do. They're out for dinner right now.
The kids were so excited to see them that they all asked Wendy plenty of questions and she answered them all.
Alright, that's enough. Time for dinner. And what's after dinner?
Bedtime stories.
They love my bedtime stories. I know a lot of them.
Oh, that's nice.
Everyone finished their dinner and it was time for the stories. All the kids tucked themselves in a cozy corner. Peter told them how he fought the pirates and saved the Indian princess Lily. Since then, the pirates saw him as an enemy and Indians became his friends.
I swung my sword and pushed the captain into the sea. A crocodile then found him and bit his hand off. Now he has a hook instead of a hand. That's why he's called
Captain Hook.
That's right.
All the kids fell asleep after the story, but Wendy and Peter went out to walk in the forest.
Peter, was that a real story?
Of course. You'll see for yourself. But before that, I want you to meet someone.
Peter led Wendy to the place where the fairies lived.
Oh my god! Peter, I feel like I'm in a fairy tale.
Well, Wendy, this is Fairyland. And this here is Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell seemed angry with Wendy and refused to talk to her. So Peter threw some pixie dust and helped Wendy fly again so they could go to a rocky mountain.
Peter!
Shh! Wendy, not so loud. If Captain Hook hears us, we'll be dead.
Why on earth would you bring me here?
You asked me if the story was true. Now look.
From a distance, Wendy looked at the captain and saw that he had one hand and the other arm had a hook. She now knew Peter's story was true.
Let's go back before they know we're here.
As the days went by, the kids became fond of Wendy. She cooked for them, taught them new games, and also told them bedtime stories that Peter Pan didn't know. Peter liked Wendy, but he was jealous that she was a better storyteller and was getting all the attention.
I hate it when Wendy does this. I am the best storyteller ever in Neverland. This is my home and I am the one everyone must love, not her.
Meanwhile, Captain Hook was waiting for an opportunity to take his revenge. One of his men heard Peter Pan talking about Wendy and told the captain about it.
Ha ha ha. Very well then. Let's see who this Wendy is. Bring her to me.
Wendy wondered why Peter was upset with her. She decided to talk to him about it.
Peter, you seem sad. What's wrong? Do you miss your parents?
Parents? I don't even know who they are, what they mean. Tinkerbell found me when I was lost in the sea.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Everything was fine until you came along. I was everyone's favorite, the best storyteller in Neverland. And now, they just want to hear Wendy stories. Wendy, Wendy, Wendy.
Wendy was hurt by Peter's words. She burst into tears.
I think it's time to say goodbye, Peter. I'll leave you and Neverland and never come back again.
She ran into the forest where Captain Hook's men were waiting for her. They kidnapped her and took her to their captain.
Hello, dear girl.
Captain Hook?
Oh, I see I'm popular. Now, I'm going to finally have Peter Pan on my ship, thanks to you. He will come to save you.
The kids in Neverland looked everywhere for Wendy, but they couldn't find her. They ran to Peter for help.
I don't know where she is, and I don't care. Last I saw, she ran into the forest saying she's going away. I hate her.
The kids went into the forest in search of Wendy, but few of them fell into traps set up by the pirates. They became captives while the others escaped.
Peter, the pirates have captured John, Michael, Snow. We must go now.
Where are they now?
Captain Hook's ship. I know where it is.
Peter came up with a plan on how to rescue the kids. Meanwhile, the captain came onto the deck.
Peter Pan, welcome aboard. Isn't it a beautiful day for revenge?
Hook, this is between you and me. Let Wendy and the kids go, or I will feed you to the crocodiles. This time, you lose more than just your hand.
We'll see about that.
The pirates started to cheer for the fight. Tinkerbell knew this was the right moment. She slowly released all the captured kids. Once they were free, she sprinkled pixie dust on Peter and Wendy.
Catch me now, Captain Hook.
No, you cannot fly away. I've been waiting for so long. Stop!
Captain Hook ran to catch hold of Peter. Peter flew to the edge of the ship and pushed Hook into the sea where the crocodile was waiting for a feast.
Peter, thank you for saving me. I was so scared. I miss my parents. I must go home. Please, come with me. Let's grow old together.
Yes, Peter, come with us.
No, you go now. Your parents will miss you. I came to Neverland so I can never grow old. I belong here.
Peter Pan took Wendy, John, and Michael back to London. Mr. and Mrs. Darling were happy to see their children back home. They heard about everything that happened and decided to adopt all the kids.
Peter, are you sure you don't want to stay?
Yes, I am.
Will you visit us?
Of course. Every day.
Peter flew back to Neverland. He visited Wendy's house whenever he missed her bedtime stories. He would sit on the windowsill and listen. And this way, they all lived happily ever after.